I'm already bringing unique challenges to the table that other hunters, not so much. Just gotta make sure that I train hard and do my part.
There's no guarantee I'm gonna be able to get you a goat, but I can guarantee some rain, some brush, and a good time, eh?
I'm Jonathon Blank, former reconnaissance Marine, injured in Afghanistan in 2010 on my first combat deployment. Ever since that near-death experience, I've been just trying to live life to the fullest and get everything I can out of it. We had actually lined everything up to go to Alaska last year in November to go hunt Sitka deer on Kodiak Island. That fell through because of the weather. I was hoping and praying that another Alaska trip would go down, and luckily enough, the company put me in with a few other guys to potentially draw for mountain goat tags in Alaska, and it happened. I drew the tag.
It finally closed in and started pouring rain late last night.
Yeah, it looks really dry right here.
Yep, it's super dry. Luckily, you won't have to go far for water.
Lick it right off the grass.
This is our first scenic lookout that I wanted to do my part as your tour guide.
Yeah.
We got town over here to the left, Coast Guard base back to the right. See right where you can see all the mountains right there? Your goat tag starts at the back of this bay and goes all the way out this direction. So there's a large chunk of real estate that you currently cannot see. Yeah, see the white area? There's theoretically, there's a mountain. So another one over there.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Well, I first met Cole back at the Snow Basin TAC. It was actually our first Veterans Adaptive Athlete shoot with Black Rifle Coffee. Ran into him and started a conversation, and we both learned that we were from Kansas.
These birds, they fly so fast. When this shit hits the wall, it just goes everywhere.
And then he started talking about how he guided in Alaska. I was like, damn, I always loved to do that. He's like, yeah, maybe someday we can make that happen. And then I kept running into him and getting to know him a little bit better, and we sparked up a friendship pretty quickly.
We'll get a deer tag too, in case we see some. Or we get bored.
Yeah, the deer don't taste as good as the goat.
They're both pretty good, but you know what, you're right though. The goat's definitely real good flavor, if you know what I mean.
Talked to him about developing a pack frame for him to haul me around. These were actually kind of longer, so they kind of were different for me. And he cut them down. He did so many modifications to this. Damn. All right.
Good?
You're gonna have me hanging like this because now there's nothing hanging off.
Yeah, exactly. So
I've been really impressed, like, with the training that he's been doing. He's been hauling 130 pounds up and down the mountains back at home in Alaska. The pack was solid. He had done his research. He had used everything that we had talked about up until that moment to build this custom pack. With the help of awesome seamstress, they built a custom pad, reinforced the seat, rode like a dream. There we go, sweet. Okay. Stuck it like a champion. It's gonna be pretty exciting to get out there and really testing it in the Alaskan wilderness.
you have like 4 or 5 inches of hair up top. Attention, there's less hair now. This is November on this goat, so there'd be less hair. Okay, so some people think it's the animal like starts here and goes all the way up to here, but in reality it's here and goes fairly deep because their spine can be like running here. Okay, it's better to come like a third of the way up from the bottom. You can pound them in the shoulder, you can break their shoulders. It's really good because then it puts them down on the front because they will run to the cliff and jump off. Yeah, it's like their natural instinct to get to the steep edge. This is a nanny I killed, very first goat I ever shot, and it was like my biggest achievement. The nanny horns, they're just like a little bit smaller in diameter. You know, this one's I think a little over 9 inches long or something like that, but they get up 10, 11 inches, sometimes 12 inches. The nannies get longer than the billies.
For me, hunting is a way to connect back to the closest thing that you could get to a combat experience, to camaraderie, platoon, like the route to plan out, trolling exercise. Like you have a mission, you prep for it, you train for it. So for me, it's like stepping back into that world as close as I can get without having somebody shooting back at you.
Which one?
All right, you see the
What are you
the small? I'm trying for the 300.
That's 200 there, but I can also go to the next one, the next firm out.
To the right.
To the right, there's one back there, that's 300, and then you got 500 at the very end.
I decided to bring my 7mm Winchester short magnum to Alaska. It was a custom-built gun.
I'd say it's fucking dead.
Yeah.
I think you hit it just right below the bowl, I think. Just a little left. You went at like 7 o'clock.
I've seen how ballistically it's performed on different animals I've taken, so I knew it would get the job done.
This one came in.
Yeah,
here.
that other one I think just broke on me or a little weird.
Yep. But hey, that's a fucking good shot. Yeah. We're at sea level, so the higher we go, if we go to 2,000, it should come. Am I correct? That it should come slightly higher. Yeah, that's the only thing. You could just like at 300, like you were, you know, you were a little bit low.
I wonder if my like 5.
Yeah, exactly.
5.
So that would make total sense. And so here you'd like go up like what? And that's, or, you know.
My muzzle velocity's not as high as it is at home for sure.
Well, since I had zeroed my rifle up here in the mountains at like 5,500 feet, bringing it down to sea level, I knew that my rifle would ballistically shoot low. Once we talked about like the amount of elevation that we would gain up into the mountains and talked about like how far our shots were probably going to be, it turned out to be pretty insignificant. It wasn't really a factor that we were going to worry about.
Your sweet and sour pork, beef stroganoff. Are you a beef stroganoff fan or no?
Yep.
You wanted a chicken Alfredo, right?
I won't need too much because I still won't be burning as many calories as you guys.
No, I know.
But yeah, I mean.
But sometimes if you're getting chilly, you know,
Yeah.
you're burning calories. So do you want, you like chicken or beef or both?
I like both. So leading up to this, I went up to Bozeman, Montana, and had a bunch of custom gear made from Sitco, which was so amazing. They really set me up for just about any cold weather, fall to like deep winter. From there, we just cut everything down to the bare essentials because all of my gear would be spread loaded amongst all the different team guys.
That'll probably be fine. We're gonna basically have John's stuff like in separate bags, smaller sacks, and then just kind of divvied out between the guys hiking up the mountainside.
I think I woke up around 3, got completely ready, and was waiting for Cole and Trevor and everyone to come get me. I think they swooped me up about 4 o'clock.
Doing some last minute preps. We're dividing gear, my gear, up amongst everybody and some of Cole's. And then we're getting ready to load up the truck and head on out. Gotta get some of this good in me.
Yeah, it's in the back seat there.
Tastes like freedom and success.
I'm glad giving everyone all this extra weight, but I'm still sure I'm gonna be 60 pounds over what they have in their pack.
Ready?
Yep.
Fucking get her done.
How's that?
Mush.
Is that better?
Fucking perfect. Let's go.
And when we parked, it was just starting to get pretty light. The sun was just coming up, and we were just off and at it immediately. Counting Cole, there's 4 guys total taking me up, so 5 of us in the hunting group. Cole carried me by himself the entire time. He never traded off, but I think they were prepared to do that. Cole did an awesome job. I don't think he ever complained. Like that first initial ascent was probably one of the steepest, and it was pretty slick with the grass that we were traipsing up. I think pretty quickly he learned how to set the pace. We planned stops like every few 100 yards.
Woo!
See that difference in like the curvature of the horn? Billy on the left is a little more mass down low.
I was gonna say, and then Annie's like long and skinny.
Real long and skinny, yep.
Man, they're way the fuck up there.
Everybody had their weight spread loaded according to kind of like size. Water and rations. So they had staged some gear, and at one point one of his cousins actually shuttled some of that stuff back and forth. Like he would drop his ruck, go back down the mountain, grab that and bring it back up. All in all, like it was a pretty incredible team effort with that crew of guys working together to make this thing happen. We covered probably 4 miles, it seemed like, just walking up the mountain. His cousin took the main lead as far as getting ahead, like making sure the path was, the brush was broken, that we were staying on course. And he also would sneak around and was spying on the goats here and there.
They moved out towards the
cliffs feeding, they might get our big buddy airplanes. Where they're at, I'm not worried about it. I'm worried about when they start feeding towards those cliffs.
How close would they be then?
Over 5, probably 6. And I don't think we can bail off this face without them seeing us, unless we go over here.
Yeah. These winds in the bowls just coming from the left, coming from the right, swirl around. You just gotta be patient.
We were far enough away that the goats couldn't scent us, but just like stalking any animal, you don't want them to wind you. So we were always paying attention on the direction of the wind movement because we didn't want our scent carried to them. So we stopped and were patient, trying to figure out which direction the wind was going to blow, seeing if it would change, and also trying to use the terrain to mask our movement and maybe mask some of that scent.
So we're observing from this spot. What do you think we'll do as far as movement? Do you think we'll try to maneuver on her today and get closer?
Yeah, I would like to, obviously. It's just our winds are blowing like
Straight down from back.
so we gotta
behind us.
just be cautious. Later in the day it's gonna go more northwest, and so that will be a safer wind, but we may just slowly make our way up, gain about 400 or 500 feet and circumnavigate back to a potential camp spot. But I just don't want to rush up there and have them catch our wind at still then be at 600-700 yards,
I think large is the smallest I make.
Yeah, well, here, this is the XL, so you better, you're gonna give him those.
XL.
Right?
Here's an XL too.
That's okay. Yeah, just put those on. We've got some goats spotted. There's a group up on the ridge line at about 1,000 yards. They can see this little cut right here, and we have to approach, get closer to another group that's at like 700 and some yards right now. So we're gonna try to cut off 350 to 400 yards and try to get in shooting range. So when the goats see the white from far off, especially in a line, they'll hopefully think that they are another group of goats. Sorry. Just a tiny area I can't see. Okay, but you can see the majority of the bowl, or what?
Yes. There's just one little area right over here that I can't see.
Can you see the dark green area where they all were?
Yes.
And
I
you
see all
this?
of that. There's one little area, but I don't think they're there. We thought that maybe we could go over the ridge and kind of slink down to them. So we were really just waiting there to see what possibly could happen. I don't think I actually dozed, but I definitely got comfy and laid there for a minute and just endured the fog and the rain. As I looked up, I could see something, and at the same time Cole was like, psst, psst, like, don't move. There was 2 goats, like, just barely coming out of the fog. I was like, oh shit, here we go. At this point, I was sliding down the hill, and Trevor was moving closer to me so that he could give me instructions on where to shoot, when to shoot. I realized that my position was going to be an issue because we were on a pretty steep incline, and I kept like sliding down. The hill was basically like right here, and I'm just kind of sandwiched myself. I couldn't really get completely behind the gun, which kind of bothered me. If you're not properly behind the gun to absorb the recoil, your follow-on shots, everything like that's going to be difficult, or you could throw the shot. It didn't hit exactly where I wanted it to hit. Reloaded another round as he was running and took that shot.
Oh, Jesus. The second shot, good job on that too. I heard it's not
The impact
easy.
is great.
Go again. Make our way across here. We got 300 yards to the edge. Oh look, day's breaking.
As we got closer to it, when I actually saw the cliff and just how close the goat had come to flinging himself over it, it was like, wow. It was impressive, and I felt this huge sense of relief because that cliff dropped probably 1,000 feet.
Well done, guys. Good job, buddy.
Thanks, brother. Thank you guys, all of you.
Yeah, awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's an insanely hard hunt, and they're just such cool animals, and they're beautiful. And oh, look at this. Holy shit.
It was just surreal. Like, I couldn't believe that we actually had made it happen that first day, and then being in the presence of a mountain goat, it was just unreal. I was just amazed at this powerful, beautiful, and really quite unique animal.
All in all, day 1 down. Really nice camp out, and
Sweet.
get them out of here tomorrow.
Pretty epic.
Yeah, real epic. Had the dream team with me to make it all happen.
Pretty awesome.
The ninth feeling, I was just ecstatic and just couldn't believe that the plan had come together so well and the team had worked so hard and just made that plan happen.
Packing out, wrapping up camp.
Well, one is that they're cutting down and trying to debone all of the quarters that we had, trimming off some of the fat, trim the bone, trimming off extra meat, anything we do to lighten the load. Spread load the gear, pack it all up, get everything nice and tight, and move on out.
Get this caped out, be lighter to carry, and boom, she's out. Now we can strap it on the pack, much lighter, a little bit of meat we can trim up.
Well, we just got out of the bowl that we were camping in and we're getting ready to cross over here into this bowl and make our way down into this valley and out, hopefully to link up with that trailhead that we had cut in at the end of this finger. Enjoying the view right here. It's pretty amazing. Rain's coming in. Hopefully this grass doesn't turn into a slip and slide and we have more difficulty getting out of this place. The weather wasn't anything crazy, but it kind of added to the magic of it all.
Get in. Yeah. Like a rhinestone cowboy. Riding on his horse. Born to ride with destiny. Born to be a cowboy.
I would say overall from this experience, it just reinforced with an awesome team of dedicated guys and a solid plan, you can really just accomplish anything. You just set your mind to it. Just knowing all the planning and preparation that Cole put into it and his dedication to just make this happen for me no matter what, like, it's pretty awe-inspiring. With a great mindset and a good plan, you can just make anything happen.